I like yogurt. Out of all dairy products, it's probably what I eat in the greatest amounts. That's why making yogurt at home was a natural step for me. It's really simple. The ingredient list is amusingly short, just milk and yogurt. A detailed recipe along with some info can be found on the blog. The milk should be raw or pasteurized. It's possible to make yogurt with UHT milk, but research suggests that the resulting product will be less viscous and off flavors will develop. I live in a city, so fresh milk isn't readily available for me, so I bought some pasteurized milk. The other ingredient, yogurt, is just a source of bacteria. I could also use freeze-dried bacteria strains, but let's face it, one does not simply buy them in a grocery store, unlike ready-made yogurt. It's important though that it includes live bacteria cultures. The bacteria that I'm looking for is a mix of two strains, Lactobacillus delbrueckii subspecies bulgaricus and Streptococcus salivarius subspecies thermophilus. These two species of bacteria are responsible for yogurt's distinct flavour and aroma. I pour the milk into a pot. I slowly heat it, stirring constantly so it doesn't scald. I want to hit 85 degrees Celsius or 185 degrees Fahrenheit. This will denature most of the whey proteins, but not casein. Casein does not denature under heat treatment. Denatured proteins lose their structure and unwind, creating strands that are more likely to get tangled with each other. In other words, they make yogurt thicker. Also, the high temperature kills any bacteria, though this only matters in case of unpasteurized milk. I maintain the temperature for 20 minutes. Next, I cool the milk down to between 40 and 45 degrees Celsius, that's 104 to 113 degrees Fahrenheit. When I'm in a hurry, I place the pot in the sink filled with cold water, but today I just leave the milk alone and let it cool down by itself. Cooling down is crucial since high temperature would kill the bacteria I'm going to inoculate the milk with. I inoculate the cooled down milk by stirring in a small amount of yogurt. There's plenty bacteria in there, and using more would negatively impact my yogurt's viscosity and flavour. The literature I'm familiar with fails to shed light on the cause of this phenomenon, though I suspect the phase of intense bacterial multiplication is key, and it only happens when there's sufficiently few bacteria in the environment. Then I cover the milk and place it in a warm spot, trying to keep a temperature of around 43 degrees Celsius, that's 109 degrees Fahrenheit. In order to maintain this temperature, I keep the yogurt in the oven with just the light turned on. Of course, there are yogurt makers designed specifically to maintain this ideal temperature. This temperature is not random. Both of the bacteria strains are thermophilic, which means they prefer temperatures higher than ambient temperature. In case of Lactobacillus delbrueckii, the optimal range is 43 to 46 degrees Celsius, 109 to 115 Fahrenheit, while for Streptococcus salivarius it's 35 to 42 degrees Celsius, 95 to 108 degrees Fahrenheit. This is what my yogurt looks like after 8 hours. It's ready to go in the fridge, where the low temperature will thicken it some more and slow any further fermentation. Before I do it though, I'm going to prepare a quick snack. I use seasonal fruit. Since the video was recorded in June, I was able to obtain fresh raspberries and blueberries. I put yogurt into small glasses. On top I pour some honey. It is optional, but its sweetness will be a nice balance for yogurt's tartness. Then I top everything with flaked almonds. Finally, I add a bit of fresh fruit. A snack like this isn't just pretty, it also tastes fantastic. But this isn't where the fun ends. Plain yogurt is delicious and healthy, but I prefer Greek yogurt. It has a thick consistency due to the removal of some whey. A cotton flat nappy will serve as a cheesecloth. I line a colander with a thick layer and then transfer the yogurt. I set the colander and bowl aside and wait until some of the whey is strained. The longer I wait, the thicker the yogurt gets. 20 minutes is plenty, but I usually give it over an hour. And here's my Greek yogurt, thick and delicious. I'll prepare another snack from it. I start by making strawberry mousse. I simply give the strawberries a whiz with an immersion blender. I put some toasted oats on the bottom of the dessert cups. Next, in goes the strawberry mousse. And a few scoops of Greek yogurt. A bit of honey will again balance the tartness. Some flaked almonds again. And I top everything with a sprinkle of chia seeds. I'll store the remainder of the yogurt in the fridge and use it within a couple of days, though it should theoretically keep for a minimum of 2 weeks. I'll try not to eat everything. I'll use the last spoon to inoculate the next batch. I should be able to prepare 5 generations of homemade yogurt before having to buy a fresh cup.